Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. If you're looking to expand your English vocabulary and improve your language skills, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the famous book 504 Absolutely Essential Words, a fantastic resource for mastering key English words that are used in everyday conversations, exams, and professional settings. In this video, we'll explore a specific lesson or set of words from the book. You'll learn their meanings, how to pronounce them correctly, and how to use them in sentences. By the end of this lesson, you'll feel more confident using these words in your speaking and writing. The third lesson. Today we are going to learn 6 words from this book, and at the end, we will have a short story using these 6 words. The first word is corpse. It means a dead body, usually of a person. The first example. When given all the data on the corpse, the professor was able to solve the murder. The second example. The corpse was laid to rest in the vacant coffin. The third example. An oath of revenge was sworn over the corpse by his relatives. The fourth example. The detective found a corpse in the abandoned warehouse. The fifth example. In the horror movie, the protagonist stumbles upon a hidden room full of corpses. The second word is conceal. It means hide. The first example. Tris could not conceal his love for Gloria. The second example. Count Dracula concealed the corpse in his castle. The third example. The money was so cleverly concealed that we were forced to abandon our search for it. The fourth example. The magician concealed the coin in his hand before making it disappear. The fifth example. He managed to conceal his disappointment with a forced smile. The third word is dismal. It means dark and depressing. The first example. When the weather is so dismal, I sometimes stay in bed all day. The second example. I am unaccustomed to this dismal climate. The third example. As the dismal reports of the election came in, the senator's friends tactfully made no mention of them. The fourth example. His performance on the exam was dismal, resulting in a failing grade. The fifth example. The once bustling town now had a dismal appearance, with abandoned buildings and empty streets. The fourth word is frigid. It means very cold. The first example. It was a great hardship for the men to live through the frigid winter at Valley Forge. The second example. The jealous bachelor was treated in a frigid manner by his girlfriend. The third example. Inside the butcher's freezer, the temperature was frigid. The fourth example. Despite the frigid temperature, the children continued to play in the snow. The fifth example. The frigid waters of the Arctic Ocean are home to various unique marine species. The fifth word is inhabit. It means live in. The first example. Eskimos inhabit the frigid part of Alaska. The second example. Because Sydney qualified, he was allowed to inhabit the vacant apartment. The third example. Many crimes are committed each year against those who inhabit the slum area of our city. The fourth example. Despite the harsh conditions, several plants and animals inhabit the desert. The fifth example. The ancient ruins were once inhabited by a thriving civilization. The sixth word is numb. It means without the power of feeling, deadened. The first example. My fingers quickly became numb in the frigid room. The second example. A numb feeling came over Mr. Massey as he read the telegram. The third example. When the nurse stuck a pin in my numb leg, I felt nothing. The fourth example. He was so shocked by the news that he felt emotionally numb. The fifth example. The dentist applied a local anesthetic to numb the area before the procedure. Now we have a short story from the words we have learned. On a frigid winter's night, the dismal landscape of the remote village was illuminated only by the pale glow of the full moon. Snow blanketed the ground, and the icy wind howled through the barren trees. This was a place inhabited by an old hermit named David, who had chosen a life of isolation after the tragic loss of his family. One evening, as David trudged through the snow-covered woods, he stumbled upon something unusual, an old, abandoned cabin. Curiosity piqued, he approached the cabin and noticed the door slightly ajar. As he stepped inside, the cold air seemed even more frigid, and an eerie silence enveloped the room. David's heart pounded as he discovered a corpse lying in the corner, partially concealed under a tattered blanket. The sight sent a wave of dread through him, and his mind raced with questions about who this person had been and how they had met such a lonely end. Despite the grim discovery, David couldn't leave the body to be further ravaged by the elements. He felt numb, both from the biting cold and the somber scene before him. With great effort, he dragged the corpse outside and began to dig a grave in the frozen earth. As he worked, he couldn't shake the feeling that the cabin held more secrets, concealed from prying eyes. After the burial, David returned to the cabin, determined to uncover the truth. He searched every nook and cranny, and eventually, he found a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards. Inside, he discovered a collection of letters and photographs that revealed the tragic story of a family who had once inhabited the cabin. Their lives had been filled with love and laughter until a terrible accident had torn them apart. David couldn't help but feel a connection to the departed souls and their sorrowful tale. In a way, it mirrored his own loss and loneliness. As he read through the letters, he felt a sense of closure and a renewed determination to honor the memory of those who had come before him. He vowed to ensure that their story would not be forgotten, and in doing so, he found a glimmer of hope in the dismal darkness of his own existence. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and until the next one, goodbye.